Actually, usually tell people to just do is take a washcloth and try to get in there with some warm water instead of actually using a Q-tip, because you don't want to push the wax in there further. And most of the time, wax will work its own way out. And so, if you take a warm washcloth that's fairly wet and just kind of clean it up, especially when she's maybe getting a bath or whatever, that would be probably the best time to do it. Wax, some babies are big wax producers, and other babies there's not as much of an issue. Now, when I look in her ears currently, I don't see a lot of wax, and there's a little bit.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's sometimes like I saw a piece like coming out, so I was like, oh, maybe it's inside. Maybe it's...
Yeah, she doesn't have much in there far. There's a little bit near the exit point right now, so... Usually they don't develop teeth until 6 months or older, so she's got a few months before you're going to start seeing some teeth in there.
Yeah.
You listen to your heart? Are you going to help me? Are you trying to talk to me? You want my phone number? You got earrings already. Wow.
Yes. We did it Saturday.
Yeah. So have you started any baby foods yet or not?
No.
So, and that's okay. Most people will start somewhere around 4 or 6 months old, introducing some baby foods. Maybe some will do the baby cereals first. We skipped that and went right to the fruits and vegetables in those jars, Gerber jars. And then we actually made some on our own. We just got some sugar-free cans of fruit at Walmart and pureed them with a puree or a blender at home and got them really fine and smooth. And it's cheaper that way to make your own. It takes some time, but it's cheaper, a lot cheaper actually. I figured it out once. Per ounce, it's about 1/4 the price. So you can really save a lot of money that way.
So which ones?
So we'd get sugar-free, like the off-brand at Walmart, like Equate brand they have, or Walmart brand of peaches or pears, and we then in a food processor we'd puree it really smooth, just like the Gerber jars look like.
But this is for later, not for now.
Yeah, well, whenever actually, because now she's being 4 months old. You could start it now if you wanted to. You could wait a little longer yet. Most people by 6 months at the latest will have started something for a little bit of different intake for her and for texture to get her used to starting to swallow something different, because obviously the texture will seem different. So sometimes the first few times that they eat something, they kind of just spit it out because they're like, what's this? And they push it out with their tongue. Part of that can be because the tongue swallow reflex isn't coordinated always very well by 4 months. So by 6 months, it's definitely going to be coordinated well, that she may still the first time or two push it out because it's like, what is this? It's just different than milk.
It's not good, it's not sweet.
Yeah, different texture. So, right, and it's sugar-free, but if you look on those jars, Gerber jars, they don't put anything into this stuff, so it's fruit and water, it's vegetable and water, it's basically pretty minimal, so you could do that on your own if you wanted to. It takes a little bit of time, but it's pretty cheap compared to buying those Gerber jars. The Gerber jars are convenient, because you don't have to do anything work-wise, plus they're pretty nice little travel-size containers, but, it's something to consider as a way to maybe save a little money too.
Tried giving her whipped cream yesterday. She didn't like it.
She didn't like it.
She didn't like it. Wow, surprised.
Maybe she didn't know how to take the tongue
Yeah,
out and
exactly.
lick it.
Yeah, like, what's this? Right? You look good though. Yeah, your tone's good, your skin feels good. You're kicking around, right?
She's gonna like kickball.
You think so? Do you like kickball?
No, but I do like soccer.
Oh, cool. So she is due for some vaccines. Same one she's had before, although today there's one less than last time. It's 2 pokes today and 1 oral vaccine today. Next time it's 3 pokes and 1 oral, so she'll be back in 2 more months. Tylenol if there's any issues with low-grade fever or acting like she's a little fussy because of the shots. They don't walk yet, so usually the legs won't be as obvious if she's real sore, because when kids get shots at 1 year of age, if they're walking already and they feel that soreness, they'll show it, because when they're walking, it'll look like they hurt. at her age, she just may show a little bit of fussiness, irritability more than her normal today, and if she did, that would probably be a sign she's probably a little sore. So you could certainly use some Tylenol if she seems a little off. If she's acting fine, and some kids, they get the initial pokes, they cry 30 seconds, and then later it's like nothing happened.
How it was last time.
Yeah, which is nice when there's not much to it.
And last time we didn't have any fever or something. These ones can do.
These are the same as she had last time, but one less. So if she did very well last time, high likelihood she'll do very well again today.
She did, but she was a little bit fussy
Sure.
after because it was hard, like the place.
How many shots did you get? Everywhere that's red?
Did they give you a new book today for her?
Yes.
Perfect. So it's good to stay in the habit of reading to her, especially before bed or a nap, just to give her something different to listen to, you know, because how you interact with her, there's certain words she hears there, but when you read a story, those are some words that you don't necessarily use in conversation, so she's getting a lot more words thrown at her. And over time, that helps with vocabulary. And eventually, even though right now she may seem like books aren't a big deal, you know, because she kind of might look all over the place or grab the board book and try to chew it or tear it or whatever. As she gets a little older, when they get to kindergarten, if they've been read to regularly from this age already on, they tend to have a better vocabulary, they're more ready for school, just do better because they've been prepared better. So it's good to stay in that habit.
It's like everybody's talking her different languages.
Well, and that's actually not a bad thing because they have
She has to learn like 4 languages.
they have quite the brain at this age for being able to adapt to all that. Now, kids who are spoken to in multiple languages tend to speak later because they're getting different stuff and confused, and they can't straighten it all out in their own mind as to what means for or they know what milk is in one language and they don't know what it is in another, even though someone's already told them. So it's actually good. I mean, it's great. It's easier when they're young to learn multiple languages than when you're an adult to decide I want to learn a new language. So, all right, cutie, we'll get your shots done, and then we'll see you in 2 months.
Yes, we will.
I've
We're gonna be bigger.
languages.
That's right.
Milana's
Head
gonna have
included.
shots again?
Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Milana's gonna have shots again?
Yes.
Don't cry, Milana. Don't cry. Here.